Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so I'm still trying to figure this whole T-Mark car accident nonsense. So actually car incident where a T-Mark commercial vehicle actually hit my car. I guess you would consider it a T-bone position. I'm going to show you guys and explain the perspective of what happened, and then maybe you guys can give me your analysis compared to what the Floridian subsidiary of a bigger name insurance company. Okay, so this just tells you T-Mark has a cheap insurance company that they're using, and they are the sponsor of the Buffalo Bills. Go figure. Looks like another Rachel's incident's coming. So anyway, let me tell you what happened. So if you guys can see, that's my black car right there behind this car. So you can see there's a car on both sides of the road, right? So when I was driving down this road on a mildly snowy day behind a T-Mark plumbing van, okay, they're pretty tall. It looks like a pickup truck, but van style, right? I'll put a picture in so you can see. But pretty much that car was there, but a different car. And then on this side, there was this car or a different car. I'll probably put that picture up as well so you can see. And the T-Mark van was coming straight through, right? Was supposed to. But before the T-Mark van came through, it actually put its right blinker on and pulled into kind of like the spot where my car's at. So it pulled over into a parking spot. So I'm behind a T-Mark. Let me ask you guys, if you were behind a T-Mark van and they pulled over to the parking spot, what would you do? That's the first question. Okay. Well, what the answer to that question for me was I came straight down. Now, as I was coming straight down, that T-Mark vehicle decided to come back in to the main road. As you can see, as that van just passed by, there's only space for one vehicle to get through. So basically, that T-Mark van, okay, basically came back into the road, no signal, no indicator, and literally got next to my car. Got next to my car. Let me rephrase that. I got next to the van. I'm driving through, and then all of a sudden I see on my passenger side mirror, I see this van getting closer to my car, and then when I turn my head, I see it super close. I can see the driver's eyes. So I lay on my horn and I try to move over, but I can't move over because there's a vehicle across the street. You see the dilemma here? So let me just reiterate. The T-Mark van puts the right signal on, moves into our parking spot behind a car. I start going straight, passing him because he's in a parked spot. He doesn't put his indicator on. He doesn't look, and then impacts my vehicle. All right, so as I was saying, I was interrupted by a neighbor thinking I'm talking about his car. Like, go inside, dude. All right, so anyway, as I was reiterating, okay, the T-Mark van pulls into the right side with the right blinker, pulls into a parking spot, okay? I'm going straight between two cars, right? There's no reason for me to move to the left, no reason for me to move to the right. The insurance company deemed that I was at fault because I could have potentially contributed to the accident, which makes no sense because like I said, if you're driving and you're behind a vehicle and someone pulls over to a parking spot, you just continue driving as normal. Once again, as you can see, there's only one car that can fit through. So anyway, as I see the car coming next to my vehicle, I honk the horn. I try to move over a little bit, but I can't because there's another vehicle there. So my car gets brushed by this van. And then he doesn't stop. So he drags it from the rear passenger seat where I had someone sitting back there about to pick up their kid, and drags it to the front passenger door, to the front panel on the side. Okay, so he's all the way on the side. All right, it's nowhere near the front of my car. So then we'll go and look at the damage on my car so you guys can understand what I'm saying, just to give you a visual perspective. So the damage on my car, don't mind the dirt, okay? Damage on my car, as you can see, starts right here, and it streaks all the way right here, and it's probably dented in a little bit. I got more streaks up here, all the way down here where this is messed up, all the way back. All right. So some people will be like, oh, that's minor damage, possibly. But here's my thing. The driver got out, and unfortunately my camera wasn't recording. The driver gets out. Actually, I pull over because we're blocking the road. And pull over to the right. So I basically drive up in front of the parked car, pull over in front of that house, 680 Glen Albee, who's actually a witness. And he's not home right now, so I got to get that statement from him later. Pulled over, and then the van actually pulls up and pulls over too, which is crazy. Didn't give me a chance to take many photos, which I was pretty annoyed about, but I got the snow tracks. I'll post a picture of that so you guys can see as well. And then he rolls his window down. He's nervous, and he basically says, I did not pay attention. So the driver verbally admits this, that he did not pay attention, okay? Now, I didn't record it, so stupid me. But he called his supervisor at T-Mark Plumbing in Tonawanda, and whatever discussion they had, I think it influenced with the insurance company. I got no proof on that. All I got is the report from the insurance company. But the dude told me, this is what he said to me, guys. All right, he told me that he pulled over so that he can let a car, see that car parked there? There was another car behind it, a Jeep Cherokee in white. He said he pulled over so that he can let the Jeep Cherokee pass by. He said when he realized the Jeep Cherokee wasn't going, he decided to come back into the main traffic lane to get through. Now, here's the rules of the road. If you're in a park position, so if you're in a park position, no matter where you are on the east side of the road, if you want to park position, you have to put your blinker to indicate that you're coming back into traffic. He did not put an indicator. He came back into the traffic, and that's when he impacted my car because he wasn't paying attention. And that's the story. So let me know what you guys think, if the story is skewed, or let's say this. Do you agree with my perspective of the story based on what I'm saying? Or do you think that I'm at fault somehow for not maneuvering or waiting for a parked car to leave a park position? Let me know. Hey guys, hope you guys are having a blessed day. I just want to add on a few more thoughts, ideas, and facts for the public, and also for T-Mark Plumbing as well. So I hope those videos from the street where the accident took place, where a T-Mark Plumbing work vehicle who was driven by a T-Mark Plumbing employee, apparently it was his first incident. Apparently he was shook up. Okay, he admitted to me verbally to my face that he wasn't paying attention. He admitted to me verbally that he actually pulled into a parking spot position with his right blinker and then tried to come back into the flow of traffic without looking, without checking, and just doing. Okay, that is completely wrong. Okay, so let's just get that out in the air. All right, so whatever they told their insurance company, whatever report they gave to them, probably didn't match what they told me in person, because if they did, I wouldn't be going through this. Okay, their insurance company would have heard them say they were at fault, but apparently I'm assuming they said they are not at fault and giving me hell for this minor, I guess, T-bone car incident. Right now, that was their work vehicle versus my personal vehicle. So if you own a car out there, or you lease, or you finance a car, just realize, this T-Mark vehicle is all over the place. Okay, and I'm actually going to post another picture right here, right now, of a T-Mark plumbing vehicle that parked illegally on the wrong side of the road in front of a fire hydrant blatantly this morning. All right, so I actually got stories. I've actually had people contact me and talk to me and say, hey, I know someone who used to work for T-Mark and they screwed my friend over. Okay, I've heard stories about how they didn't do such a great job, okay, and they didn't deal with them professionally. If you just go to their Google reviews, you can see that. All right, so I'm not coming out of left field with this. So I just hopefully you guys are gathering what I'm putting down. So anyway, okay, so Gabe Collision's estimation was about 32. I'm going to say exactly. The Gabe's Collision estimation is $3,299.79. Okay, so 50% of that is exactly $1,649.89. Okay, Star Indemnity okay, which is a subsidiary of Liberty Mutual Insurance Group, who is the insurance company for T-Mark Plumbing, also known as Silas, okay? I think they were bought out or something like that. Well, that check was actually $1,645.32. So the check was actually $4.57 less than the 50% payment that they said they would only pay, because in their estimation, I was partially at fault and the driver of the T-Mark plumbing vehicle was partially at fault, which is bogus, okay? They actually used this code, which I'll stop here real quick. They said, I got a message from Paul Smith, who works for Star Indemnity through Liberty Mutual. Okay. He said, Stephen, hi, Stephen, we have finished our investigation, and based on both of driver statements, along with pictures from the scene, which I don't think he gave any pictures because I didn't see him get out the car. How can he provide anything when that dude did not get out the car? Okay. We have determined that both drivers contributed to the collision equally. Wait, so a guy that moves into a parking spot, puts his right blinker on, moves into a parking spot, parks the car, and then me driving by him, and then him coming back into the flow of traffic without signaling, without looking out his mirror, without looking out his window. How are we equally at fault if I have the right of the way? Okay? This company sucks. Both drivers failed to maintain a proper lookout. False. I was already passing him. We found you failed to pass safely on the left. I hope you guys watch my video. I hope T-Mark Plumbing watches my video and realize how much nonsense I'm going through to prove that they owe me 100% of the car repairs, okay? We found you failed to pass safely on the left and our driver failed to yield right of the way. I honked my horn. I have no need to put a blinker on because I'm in the flow of traffic. I have no need to indicate to him anything. I'm going straight after he pulled over into a parking spot. If a work vehicle pulls over, if a plumbing work vehicle in your neighborhood, guys, pulls over to the right with a right blinker and stops, you see the red lights come on, stops, okay, in a park position, do you say, hey, you know what, let me press my brake just in case this person might come back? No, you're driving. That is the flow of traffic. You keep going when someone else pulls over and stops. Someone changes lanes and you pull over and you stop, right? So they said, okay, here we go. We found that you failed to pass safely on the left and our driver failed to yield right of the way based on NYVTLs 1122A and B. Guys, look that up. If you care about this situation, look it up and tell me what you guys think. So Paul also says, if you wish to pursue repairs to us, we would be responsible for 50% of repair and rental costs. Otherwise, you would need to pursue a claim through your own carrier. Let me know if you have any questions. Paul Smith, Star Indemnity, Liberty Mutual. Okay, so I responded, whatever. I told them that I don't agree with him, but if they want to send me a check, they can. I said, I'm going to still talk to my people and see if we can figure out how to get more money. That's how that conversation went down in a snapshot, okay? Okay, so going back to what I was intending to tell you guys, took some notes. Okay, so I opened up the claim with my insurance company to demand the remaining 50%, but they said no. So Paul Smith of Star Indemnity said they're not going to give out any more money. Even though there was visual damage, visual proof, I had two witnesses and also the T-Mark driver verbally admitted he was at fault to me. Okay, I didn't have it recorded. Okay, T-Mark president, Ryan Miller, also owner, I believe. Okay, I'm assuming. Alongside his employee, Ben Clement, came up with this number, $1,175.53 as additional payment for me to shut up. Stop talking about them negatively, apparently. I'm telling the truth, so it's not negative, Ryan. That's not, the truth is not negative unless you did something bad. Then the truth is negative, right? I'm not ruining your reputation. Quite honestly, you are allowing your driver who was at fault to currently ruin your reputation. So take responsibility, bro. You're a grown-up. You own a business. I'm pretty sure the amount of money that you have to pay for this is not a big deal in the big scheme of things, right? So anyway, they came up with the number $1,175.53 as additional payment for me to shut up and to cover the damages caused by their driver and work vehicle. It's not even enough. Okay? So the total amount was, let's see, hold on. Let me break this down for you guys. Okay. So if you add up, okay, the total of $2,825.42, the remaining car repairs was $474.37, plus the remaining $4.57. Okay. That would get you to the total of where you got to be at of $32.99. Okay. You guys are not there. There's a big gap. You want to pay me $11.75. There's a gap of $474 left. Who's supposed to pay for that? Me? The guy who did not hit someone? Nah, bro. Okay. And then how about this? My insurance is going up $240 because I made a claim to try and go after you guys for the other 50%. Okay, through your insurance. Now, on top of that, the only reason I did that is because I had a conversation with Ben Clement on the phone, and he said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. You have to go through our insurance. There's nothing we can do. So you kind of forced my hand. You kind of forced me into a position to actually defend myself publicly because you weren't listening to me privately, right? Make sense? Well, my insurance went up. Whose fault is that? T-Mark Plumbing. Total payment with respect to the time and effort to deal with this car incident caused by T-Mark Plumbing and their employee driver, increase in my insurance, and for the time and energy spent trying to seek justice, plus agreeing to sign a non-disparagement agreement specific to only this car incident and the conversations leading to this car incident, I'm willing to take $2,175.53. Just for the record. You pay me that, I'll shut up, delete everything, okay? You won't even hear from me again about this matter, right? Or you can take another option. Payment for car repair and signing of the non-disparagement agreement, which is $474 remaining cost for repairs, plus the guaranteed payment of $1,175.53, and an additional $250 to sign the non-disparagement agreement. Yeah, I'm not going to sign that for free. Are you crazy? Pertaining to only this car incident and the conversations leading up to this car incident. That's a total of $1,899.90. So you choose which is best for you guys. Okay. Either way, this company still owes me more than they tried to offer me privately, like it was all good, right? And at minimum, they should be paying 100% of the car repairs based on the Gabe's Collision quote that was approved by their shady Star Indemnity, Liberty Mutual, third-party car insurance. Like, how are you the sponsor of the Buffalo Bills? You can't even get a legit insurance company. And actually, on top of that, how are you saying you're speaking up for the Buffalo Bills, but you're not even looking out for your fellow neighbors? I mean, y'all in Tonawanda, I'm in Amherst. We right next door. This is how you treat your neighbors? You make me go through all this legalities? Like, come on, dude. All right. So at worst, the check that guys should be cutting is $1,649.90. I'm leaving this up for the public to see. I'm not here to be a public shamer, but I'll tell you this: I am not going to sit back and let people screw me over. I'm not going to try to let you guys just be super nice on the phone while you undercut my check. No, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to speak out. I'm going to ask other people if they know anything about this company. I'm going to keep going until there's a resolution, a proper resolution. And then they try to threaten me with like these email messages saying something crazy. It says this is from one of their employees, Blaine Clement. Now this is just like paraphrasing. I'm not telling you the whole email, but this is what he said. Your continued outreach to both Ryan and I isn't moving things forward here. I'd prefer not to see Ryan's willingness to extend grace begin to wear thin over the portion your insurance deemed your responsibility. Ben, my insurance company didn't deem it my responsibility. Your third-party subsidiary Star Indemnity, part of Liberty Mutual, okay? They're the ones who emailed saying to me that they will not cover 100%, Ben. Okay, so my insurance company didn't tell me that. My insurance company went to bat for me, and your insurance company was pretty much ignoring mine. So, Grace? Your Grace is wearing thin? Guys, be careful where you give your money to. I'm sorry, like supporting stores like Target, Walmart, Wegmans, I mean, companies that are in the store. Like, do you know who you support? Do you know what these companies back? Like, for example, this is a local plumbing company. Are they looking out for their local citizens, or are they just looking out to line their pockets, right? And if they're just looking out to line their pockets and squeeze by and not give back where they should, or not, you know, be accountable for their mistakes or their employees' mistakes, is that a company you really want to support? Sorry, dude. I'm not shedding negative or untrue statements about your company. I'm shedding the truth about things that you are personally doing to me in my life. And we gonna get into it if you don't want to come forward a resolution. So it's your choice.